What are you doing? You purposely spilled water on me earlier, right? Why would you do such a thing at my welcome party?
Huh? What are you talking about? But, if you ask yourself, you'll understand, won't you? The reason you're disliked. If you're a working adult, you should understand, right?
I don't understand. Can you please explain?
Look, you always think someone will teach you everything. That's a characteristic of a useless person. Why don't you just quit the company since you're already useless?
I haven't even done any work yet, so how can you say I'm useless? I accept that I will be judged based on my work performance, but it's outrageous to be called useless without even having a chance to do any work.
Blah, blah, blah. It's annoying how assertive you are. Can't you tell you're the type of person who can't read the room? When you start talking, everyone around you gets bored and loses interest.
That has nothing to do with the current conversation.
TSK, even your cold attitude is boring. Despite being a high school graduate, you have such a condescending attitude.
High school graduate? Oh, you're talking about that. So you don't like that I'm a high school graduate and still working in this company.
This place isn't for worthless high school graduates like you. You know about this company, right? It's a top company in America, the number one choice for job-seeking students.
Of course I know. What about it?
I graduated from a top university in America, and I got in this company by beating the high competition. This isn't a company where trash like you can get in. It must be something, right? You used some dirty trick, didn't you?
Is this company so low that dirty tricks thought up by a worthless high school graduate would work?
Don't talk back with such nonsense. I'll definitely expose your true colors. Be prepared.
Yes, please do.
Vice President, what do you think about Davis's situation?
It's worse than I imagined. I didn't know we had such a terrible person in our department. However, I still can't see him as the type to embezzle company funds. Listening to his claims, it seems like he has a great deal of respect for the company.
No, he's a man who prioritizes his own position over the company. In fact, I heard he's currently job hunting, and he should be fed up with his current situation, working as an ordinary employee without any title.
I see. So he's just using the company's name to boast about himself.
Yes. His pride and ambition for success are stronger than most people. Rather, it seems like he holds a grudge against the company. He's always bragging about the company using its business cards at hostess clubs. I think he's a very convenient man.
Hostess clubs?
Yes. He goes out drinking almost every night and spends the night at hostess clubs. Apparently, he has a favorite girl named Sarah, and according to his subordinates, they think he might have spent around $50,000 on her.
I see. So he does have a motive for embezzlement.
Of course, we can't say for sure, but there's no doubt that he's the prime suspect.
All right, I'll keep investigating. Thank you.
Yes, please do. But for the vice president himself to get involved in an audit.
He doesn't know my face, and he thinks I'm just a new employee. He seems to dislike me for some reason, but there's a high chance he'll slip up like this. I'm the best candidate to extract information from him.
That's true. It's just that you might be a bit too serious to be a spy. Ah, no, never mind. I'll continue to support you. Please do your best.
What are you doing?
Huh? What do you mean? I poured beer on you to celebrate. Ha ha ha. You know, like how baseball players do it after a game. I said some things earlier, but I thought it'd be pitiful if I didn't celebrate for you. Ha ha ha. How about that? You must be happy to be celebrated by me, right?
Aren't you embarrassed by your childish behavior?
Ha! The one who should be embarrassed is you, joining the company with only a high school diploma. Ha ha ha. I celebrated for you, a nobody without a degree. And I bet the other employees are amazed by my generosity. Ha ha ha.
That's not how it looked to me. Everyone seemed taken aback.
Say what you want. Ha ha ha. I'm going to say goodbye to this company soon anyway.
What? You're quitting already?
Yeah, I'm not satisfied with a company like this. Ha ha ha. Of course, the management will try to keep me, but it's my life, so I'm going to do what I want. Ha ha ha.
So you're planning to run away before everything is exposed?
Ah, what are you talking about?
No, never mind. It's my own business.
Well, I think you should quit too. I don't think you can keep up with the work here at your level. Ha ha ha.
A company with childish employees who pour beer on new recruits. I can't think of it as a high-level organization.
What? Childish? I don't want to be told that by you. Ha ha ha. Did you think an elite college graduate like me would welcome a high school graduate like you? Seeing you soaked in beer is hilarious. Ha ha ha.
I can't take it anymore. Let me tell you, I'm not just a new recruit. Officially, I am, but I signed a contract as the next vice president a few years ago. My appointment was delayed due to a project the previous vice president was handling.
Ha! Vice President? You? Ha! I did hear that a new vice president would be appointed, but a high school graduate like you. No, you're just letting your imagination run wild. Ha ha ha. Besides, you were introduced as a new recruit in our department, right? No way! Ha ha ha. So what happens to this welcome party? You really should get a grip on your imagination. Ha ha ha. There's no way you'd become an executive. Ha ha ha.
I'm not a high school graduate. I graduated from Harvard University. I graduated early, then worked in Texas for a while. The company I belonged to at that time signed a contract with this company. And that's how I was scouted as the vice president here. I want to come back here, so I accepted without hesitation.
Sure, sure. You should go see a doctor. Ha ha ha.
If you think it's a lie, ask the department head.
All right, fine. Ha ha ha. I'm really going to ask. You know? Ha ha ha. Wait a moment. Ha ha ha. It seems that you really are the vice president. Unbelievable. How is this even possible?
Your choice of words hasn't changed, even after learning the truth.
Ha! I'm going to quit this company soon anyway. There's no need for me to use polite language.
For someone who claims to be an excellent employee, you're quite careless, aren't you? Don't you realize that if you disrespect the vice president of one of the top companies in the country, you might not be able to work in the industry anymore?
Eh, is that so?
It's not guaranteed, but if you really are a capable businessman, you wouldn't get reckless and try to start over here.
No, I wasn't trying to start over.
It's too late. This story will spread in the industry. Of course, it will. Many employees witnessed you pouring beer on me. No company will hire you. You're a walking risk.
That's... I understand, so I won't quit the company.
Sorry, but we don't need trash like you. Get out!
You're firing me?
Were you planning to quit anyway? This is perfect, isn't it? Pack your things and leave the company today. Got it?
No! Wait a minute! So, how am I supposed to find my next job?
There are plenty of jobs if you don't get picky.
Wait a minute! I don't understand the situation. To begin with, why would the vice president pretend to be a new recruit?
I asked the management to do that for me. I wanted to get close to an employee who was suspected of something, posing as a new recruit.
What suspicion?
Yeah, a suspicion that an employee named Davis is embezzling funds.
Embezzling? What are you talking about?
Be honest. You forged receipts and embezzled millions from the company, didn't you? I could report you to the police right now. Evidence should come up easily.
I didn't do anything like that.
Admit it, and you won't be fired. I'll let the matter with me slide as well. How about that?
Really?
Yes. Admit to the embezzlement and submit evidence. Then you can avoid being fired. You won't have to be unemployed, right?
You know about Sarah too.
Yeah. That means we can quickly find the evidence if we investigate here, right? It's better if you just admit it calmly. How about that?
I understand. I'm really sorry. It's true. I took money from the company. I was in debt and couldn't make ends meet. Sarah kept saying she wanted to go on trips and wanted necklaces.
Instead of looking down on those with less education, you should be ashamed of yourself as a criminal. Sorry, but you're fired. Leave today. We can't keep an embezzler in the company. Now that we have your confession, can you leave quickly? You promised, didn't you?
You said if I told the truth, I would be forgiven.
Sorry, but there was no other way. I revealed that I was the vice president before getting the evidence.
Huh? Why would someone so clumsy go undercover?
I agree about that. It was a little fun, sorry.
No, but this method is not acceptable, right? Tricking people like this. Forcing them to confess.
I didn't want to do this either, but it couldn't be helped. I hate dishonesty. If it means correcting that, I'll use any means necessary. By the way, the suit I was wearing was a custom-made piece worth $50,000. I'll have you fully compensate for that too. Keep that in mind. It's not meant to be doused with beer. Of course, I'll also demand compensation for defamation.
No! Please wait a minute. I already have debt. I can't afford to pay for the suit or compensation. For a vice president, that's a trivial amount of money, right?
So you're saying I should let it slide? I will never forgive dishonesty. If you make a mistake, you should atone for it and correct it.
But if I'm not here, this department will.
I talked to the other employees, and unfortunately, it seems you're not needed. You weren't well liked, it seems.
What? There's no way. Why?
Put your hand on your heart and ask yourself. As a member of society, don't you understand why you're disliked? After realizing he had no allies, Davis left the company. In addition to the embezzlement charges, his inappropriate behavior towards subordinates, and the public humiliation of me. His already debt-ridden situation was further exacerbated by the compensation and damages he had to pay, and the resulting bad reputation within the industry that he couldn't shake off led him to a state where it was difficult to live a normal life. It is said that he sought help from Sarah, the hostess he had feelings for, but she had quit her job and disappeared without a trace. Having lost even his emotional support, he ended up becoming a recluse in his parents' home. As for me, I continue to work hard every day as the vice president. Taking this incident as a lesson, I now make an effort to keep an eye on the work environment and interpersonal relationships of our employees. Alongside Tony, who is now working as my right-hand man.